now that we know a little bit about objects, let's talk about why they're so important and why they're so useful. Objects are used in programming languages and applications that you use all the time. So think about some of the applications or websites that you visit on a regular basis. One place that I go very often is my email account. So when I go to sign up for an email account, I have to fill out a form, and usually it asks me for a bunch of different pieces of information. For instance, it'll ask me for my name, the email account that I want to use or create. It'll ask me for a password. It might ask me for a backup email, and then maybe I might have like a security question, right, and like a security answer. So it's asking for all these pieces of information. So what do you think the application or the software does? It takes all that information and it saves it as an object. And that object represents me or my email account. And that's how it works for anything. Think of Facebook or Google or any application that you work with. It saves that information, and then all that information is built up to represent one thing. So for instance, when I go to fill out or when I go to create a new email account, it'll say, var new email account, and the computer will go back and save this in the database, and it'll say name, and it's going to be a string Tanner. It'd probably be first and last name, and then the email would be another string that I want to use, like Tanner's cool email at gmail.com. That's probably somebody's real email, so let's just leave that alone. Password is going to be something super difficult to crack, just password, and backup email. And then backup email would be my other cool email at gmail.com. And then have some security question, security answer, and it'd be whatever. It could be whatever it is, random letters. And maybe there's a birthday in there, right? And so birthday, just for this example, it'd probably be a string, but it might have, let's just say that could be a number 4. That's not a really good example, but this can have any property in here. These values can be strings, they can be numbers, they can be I can put an array. So let's say this wouldn't be really relevant to an email account. What if I had family members? Family members. I can put an array as a property. So just like an array can have any sort of data type inside of it, the values in an object can literally be anything. So I can have an array of family members. So let's say there's Betty and Joe and Carl, and these aren't really my family members, but they're just random names. But this is what happens. Your applications, your software turns things into objects, and that allows us to access data from them. We can add things to them, remove things from them, and it's a really useful structure for making applications. And it's really important in JavaScript because a lot of things in the background are actually objects. So again, objects are super useful. I hope that you understand that this is a series of key and value pairs. And in the next few tutorials, I'll show you how we can add things, how we can get information from an object, and how we can delete properties that we don't really need anymore.